Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ken's Geek Side, and welcome back to this week's comic book review. So, I'm a week late. This was from last week. It's been a busy weekend, so I was unable to record and edit and finish it up, but I am doing it today, and then I will upload this week's later on this week. So this week, the video is going to be a little different. I'm going to do it my way. I was watching my video last time, and I was kind of critiquing myself, and I was dragging too much. It got boring midway, and I'm trying to focus on the fun factor here. So, I'm gonna be super loud. My wife is working next door. Anyways, this comic book review will be really short. Like these reviews will be really short, straight to the point. So no dragging. Stick around as I talk about last week's comic books. It was pretty cool. All right, let's get into it. So the first publishing company I'm going to talk about is Image Comics. So last week they released Slumber #1 by Tyler Burton Smith, a woman who is hired by people to destroy their nightmares while trying to look for the nightmare that destroyed her life. Yes, please. It's a very good comic book. It is filled with action, horror, drama, comedy, with art that reminds you of Picture Time, but it's rated R. So, good read. Silver Coin #10 by Michael Walsh. A soul is finally released from the coin, but with the price of blood and gore. I think this issue is the weakest so far, but from the previews, it looks like things will pick up again in the next issue. Please do yourself a big favor and read the series. It's so freaking good. Next publisher, Marvel Reckoning War, The Trial of the Watcher by Dan Slott. The Watcher is finally tried for interfering with the galaxy when he wasn't supposed to in the first place. A heartbreaking issue when we finally see that the Fantastic Four didn't need the Watcher to tell them that, the dude who eats galaxies, Galactus. And they would have been just fine without him interfering. It is a magnificent showcase of Reed Richards' brain smartness that he even made the ultimate nullifier himself. He didn't need to go out and look for one. Awesome story and awesome art. I highly recommend it. Next is The Eternals, The Heretic by Kieran Gillen. Now Thanos finally meets someone who can one-up him in his evil ways.
Impossible.
This one shot was okay. It was essentially an origin story for Uranus. It's revealed to be that he's revealed to be Thanos' grandfather or great grandfather. I don't know. The art was brilliant. I love the dialogue between Thanos and Uranus, but it can drag. Next is Carnage #1 by Ram V. They didn't put up his full name, so I don't know. I don't think that this is the first time I've ever heard of Ram V. I know I've been reading comics a lot, but I don't know. So I'm not a big fan of Carnage. Yeah, I said it. I'm not digging the red Carnage vibe. But this issue did make me like him a tad bit more. In this first issue, we see a detective looking for a murderer who kills and displays his victims in fashionable ways. And a murderer who's killing people to attract Carnage so Carnage could take his body as the next host.
Senpai.
Instead of Cletus Cassidy. It's an issue about cat and mouse chase, but the mouse is chasing something bigger than the cat. The story was okay in my opinion, and the art was good. No, nothing can ever go wrong with Ron Lim. Next publisher, we have Dark Horse Comics. Henshin Cloaked #4 by Mike Richardson. The finale to a Batman parody. This 4-issue miniseries is pretty intense and thrilling to read. The one thing that threw me off was the death of our protagonist's significant other, and all of a sudden he realizes who the Sentinel was all this time. Like, what's up with all that investigating if all it took was just the death of your loved one? The art to me in the beginning, it was good, but to me it was a little too stiff. It looked too digitized. There wasn't any flexibility at all, but you know, it's an okay read. All in all, a good series, but with some flaws. Overwatch by Ray Fox. I'm sorry, that's his last name. The finale to the New Bloodline arc. Since issue 1, they've been using the same tropes of McCree popping up, doing some fighting, and then recruiting the person who he fought with. And all of those characters are already in the game. If you play the game, you know who they are already. If you don't, you know, read it. You might be interested. And I'm a huge fan of the Overwatch game, and this is basically a bridge to connect Overwatch and Overwatch 2. And the last time we heard anything about Overwatch 2 was back in 2019. And then Blizzard got bought out by Microsoft. So I don't know what's going on. Blizzard, Microsoft, get your shit together. I want to play Overwatch 2. Anyways, enough ranting. Okay. Overall, a lazy storyline. Fun to read if you're a fan. Art was subpar. Okay at best. And next publisher, DC Comics. So I only read one DC comic last week, and it was Batman and Superman, World's Finest, #1 by Mark Waid. One of my favorite authors, by the way. I just want to say, welcome back, Doom Patrol. Jeez, it took you guys a long time to get here, and thank you, Mark Waid, for bringing Doom Patrol back into continuity. It's such a breath of fresh air just to see, you know, superheroes that pushed to the back being brought up to the front lines, and just seeing them in action with A-list superheroes. With all that said, I would say this first issue was okay. It was pretty fun and exciting to read, but I feel like the story could progress a little bit more, and I'm gonna keep my eyes on it because I'm sure things will pick up in issue 2. Alright guys, and that's all the comic books I read last week. Thank you for tuning in. I will be recording my episode 3 sometime this week, and then I'll try to upload that this Saturday. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Until next time, happy reading, stay safe. Peace.